The O2 universum in Prague thrums with a primal electric charge, the kind of energy that only a heavyweight MMA showdown can ignite. The crowd's roar is a living, breathing entity, swelling and crashing like thunder against the concrete walls as the lights dim and the spotlight locks onto the cage with laser precision. Thousands of fans pack the stands, their voices blending into a single pulsating storm of anticipation. Czech flags waving alongside Cameroonian and French tricolors in defiance and pride. Chants of ARAS, ARAS, and BIYONG, BIYONG rising in rhythmic defiance. Two heavyweights, each forged in the fires of hardship and triumph, stand ready for a collision that will etch itself into the annals of European MMA history. ARAS, the 8-1 Czech powerhouse from Prague, radiates coiled intensity, his eyes sharp and focused, his wrestling pedigree and raw power a nightmare for any opponent who dares to stand in his path. Across from him, BIYONG, the 7-2 Cameroonian French destroyer from Paris, exudes quiet menace, his stare cold and unyielding, his striking sharpness and heart marking him as a dangerous spoiler with knockout power in both hands. The referee issues final instructions with a stern nod, gloves touch with a soft, resonant thud, and the bell unleashes a war captured in stunning high definition. Every moment razor sharp, every strike crisp, every bead of sweat crystal clear for fans to relive again and again. Round 1 detonates with raw, unfiltered violence, the kind that sets the tone for a classic. ARAS shoots forward like a missile, his double-leg takedown slamming BIYONG to the mat with a thud that echoes through the arena, the cage rattling from the impact. He passes guard with predatory precision, landing heavy ground and pound that draws first blood from BIYONG's brow, the crimson trickle stark against his skin. BIYONG, showing heart and pride, scrambles up with explosive hips, firing a crisp knee to the body on the break that draws a sharp intake of breath from the front row. The crowd roars as both fighters trade thunderous blows. ARAS landing a looping hook that clips BIYONG's temple, the Cameroonian French fighter countering with a sharp jab that keeps the Czech at bay. ARAS's wrestling dominates early, chaining takedowns like a machine. But BIYONG's chin holds firm, forged in the gyms of Paris, slipping a hook and answering with a low kick that chops at ARAS's lead leg. The round ends with a brutal, toe-to-toe exchange in the center of the cage, neither man yielding an inch, the HD cameras capturing every bead of sweat in crystalline detail, every twitch of muscle, every flicker of intent in their eyes. Round 2 sees ARAS crank the pressure to another level, his eyes narrowing as he senses an opportunity to impose his will. He circles left with calculated menace, feinting a takedown before unloading a flurry of punches that sting like hornets. Jab, cross, hook, body shot, each one landing with thudding authority. BIYONG absorbs the barrage with a stoic grimace, his guard high, countering with a heavy right hand to ARAS's midsection that draws a slight wince from the Czech, a rare crack in his armor. The HD footage shows sweat spraying like shards of glass under the bright lights, each droplet catching the glow as it arcs through the air, a visual testament to the intensity of the battle. ARAS's level change finds BIYONG's hips with textbook timing, driving him into the cage with a slam that shakes the chain-link fence. The commentators' voices rising with excitement note BIYONG's resilience but warn that ARAS's top control could sap his energy if he doesn't find a way to scramble. The round closes with ARAS landing a sharp elbow from half guard that swells BIYONG's left eye, the crowd buzzing as the fighter shakes it off and fires back with a knee that keeps him in the fight. Round 3 is a firefight, a round that will be replayed for years as a microcosm of heavyweight MMA warfare. ARAS's takedown attempt is stuffed for the first time, and BIYONG unleashes a flying knee that rocks ARAS back on his heels, his legs stiffening for a split second as the arena holds its breath. The crowd senses an upset brewing, but ARAS is a warrior. He recovers with heart and fire, landing a crushing overhand right of his own that staggers BIYONG, the fighter's knees dipping as he clinches to steady himself. The HD slow-motion replay is brutal and beautiful. ARAS's hook lands with bone-jarring force, BIYONG's face twisting in pain, his mouthpiece nearly dislodged. Both men stand firm in the center of the cage, trading blows with reckless abandon, the air thick with the scent of sweat and adrenaline. ARAS chains a single leg into a body lock, but BIYONG answers with an uppercut that draws blood from the Czech's lip. The bell rings, both fighters unbowed, the arena electric with the realization that this is a war, not a fight. The fight goes the distance, a brutal war of attrition that tests every fiber of both men's beings. Both warriors dig deep into reserves of pride and courage. Trading in the center of the cage, ARAS's wrestling edges the grappling exchanges, chaining takedowns and controlling position, while BIYONG's striking keeps it close, landing crisp jabs and low kicks that redden ARAS's lead leg. The final minute is chaos. ARAS shoots for a double leg, BIYONG sprawls and fires a knee. ARAS transitions to a body lock, slams him down, and rains elbows from mount. BIYONG bridges, scrambles, and stands only for ARAS to drag him back down in the final seconds. The bell rings, the crowd roaring as ARAS raises his fist to the sky, knowing he's done enough, his face bruised but triumphant. BIYONG, exhausted but defiant, nods in respect, his warrior spirit unbroken despite the toll. The judges' scorecards are read under a spotlight that feels heavier than the cage itself. 29-28. Time 28, 30-27. All for ARAS. The arena explodes in a deafening roar, check flags waving wildly as ARAS climbs the cage, his arms outstretched, soaking in the adulation. The HD replay is a masterpiece of MMA artistry. ARAS's takedowns flow with wrestling grace, his ground control suffocating and precise. BIYONG's resilience shining through every scramble and strike despite the loss. Commentators hail ARAS's dominance, cementing his status as a rising star in European MMA.